Usain Bolt is someone that I want to run against in the future.
That RunAI has able to grow people's legs, has been increasing the length of their legs as well.
Okay.
Would that be like a fly air? Would that be anything? So this is Ernest. He does RunAI. I'll let him introduce himself.
Yeah, my name is, as he said, my name is Ernest. I'm from RunAI. We are a gamified running application. We help everyone make running into a sticky habit, right? Make it more easy to stay consistent, make it more fun to actually go and run. That's a short summary, yeah.
So why need a running app?
I mean, if you're talking about running apps, right, there are... Usually when we talk about running apps, you classify them into like 3 different areas, right? You have your running apps that are more for community, right? So like Strava, or like your Adidas apps or this sort of things where you can share, things like that. You have running apps that are more for training, right? For example, like your own club is one, and then you have running apps that are more in the form of gamification, right? So like one example is Zombies Run. You are essentially running away from zombies and there's an entire story ongoing. Or this one that used to be called Run an Empire, then they change the name here and change the name back, that sort of stuff, where you run to occupy spaces. So those are the types of things that running apps do, right? But then the key thing also comes down to who is your audience, right? So like, for example, for RunAI, right, we are looking at people who are trying to get into running or get back into running. And not everyone has a running watch like this or just a smartwatch in general, right? But the thing is that everyone has, where's my phone? My phone's over there off the screen, but everyone has a phone, right?
Yeah.
So then, at least it's more accessible also. And when you do eventually go into getting a watch, right, it is still okay to use a running app because your watch is essentially a phone in your hand, so like, it just makes things a lot more convenient in general.
I see. So let's say I'm a new runner, right? Why do I want to pick RunAI over, let's say, like the incumbents like Strava and all that?
Okay, so I think there are a few things when we talk about apps. I mentioned about Strava being like a community-based app in the past, right? I mean, for me, when I look at certain things like that, I feel like apps like that can be a bit intimidating sometimes. Because as a new runner, it's a bit scary. When I run 2 km, then I look into the app, then I see some guy run 50 km, 100 km. Suddenly there's some guy running across Africa, that sort of stuff. Yeah. So it's a bit intimidating, right? I'm trying to do my best here, and I see people that are out there already. And I think, personal opinion, right? Sometimes I feel it does put a bit of toxicity in the sport. Like I personally feel running should be completely casual, like competitive. You can do it within your friend group, that sort of stuff, right? But after a while, it sort of kills the spirit, like motivation. It kills the spirit. Things should be done at your own pace. You can have your friends to push you, but when you're comparing yourself to complete strangers, they are at a completely different point in their range compared to you, right? Yeah. Then it's a very different matter because as a beginner, you shouldn't be comparing yourselves to Eliud Kipchoge, which can run 2 minutes and 34 seconds per km for 42 km straight. And you can barely keep your like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minute pace for 1 km already. So I feel like what we do is very different, right? We use our own algorithms, our own basis in that sense, right?
AI.
I try not to use AI because I think it's very overused nowadays also, right? But we use our own systems to get a gauge of how fast you should be running based on what are your goals, your current fitness levels, things like that. And then we give you a plan, we give you competitors that are actually at your skill level, right? So even if you want to race by yourself, have some fun, right? At least you're not competing against like Usain Bolt, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the main thing is that these things should also follow you as you improve, which is what we do. When you improve, your ranking goes up, your pacing goes up, everything goes up with you. So you always feel that challenge.
That's true. Speaking of Kipchoge, is he one of your idols or one of the person you admire?
I mean, I respect him, like the guy that I've been looking up to since childhood, Usain Bolt, because bro is
fastest.
Damn fast, bro, honestly. Like Kipchoge, I respect, but personally, I mean, for me personally, marathons are not my thing. I may consider doing it, but it's not like a goal I have. Like I feel like I should run enough where I can do a marathon as a side goal. Like casually, I can do 42 km. That's the sort of stuff I want to do, because like I don't know, I feel marathon's not very good for the body personally. Like the sweet spot for me, which I'm trying for this year, is half marathon, 21 km lah. Yeah lah. I respect him. I must say, I really respect him because not anyone can do what he is doing. But Usain Bolt is someone that I want to run against in the future lah. I will definitely lose, but I want to run against him.
It's like playing chess against someone that you respect. Right?
Yeah lah.
So why did you start RunAI? What's the mission you had in mind?
Okay, so I hate running. Let me get out of there. I hate running in the past lah. Now I like running a lot. And the reason I hated running was because, as what I mentioned just now, right? Comparing yourself to others, you don't really see progress. Running is it's a long journey lah, in that sense, right?
Very boring.
Yeah. Okay lah, yes, it is boring and sort of stuff, to be honest, right?
Yeah.
And then I had 3 other people with me, not it's 2 other people, but 3 other people with me who had the exact same thought. So then we wanted to make something that makes it more fun and more engaging. And the only moment that I found fun in running was when I was running in a park, right? And then there's this old ama in front of me, and she's clearly not competing with me, right? But in my mind, I'm competing with her, so definitely she's racing me already. And then I will run past her, and then I will die for a while, and I continue running. So what we want to do was capture the essence of that moment, put it in an app, let anyone try it out.
The feeling of like the overtake and all that stuff.
Overtake competition lah. And of course, like, that may not be for everyone, right? Which is why we then adjusted some things like now there's like pacer mode, free run mode if you want to run by yourself.
Yeah. So how has running changed your life?
I mean, I wouldn't say it has changed my life. Cannot say running has changed my life lah. Running has played a major role in my life nowadays. Like I used to be someone who was quite fat lah, honestly. Then I had some weird stuff, went through circuit breaker, lost a bunch of weight, then slowly gained it back when I went to the gym. But the problem, right, was that because I'm short lah, honestly, right, my life goal is not to look like a Roblox character, which I used to look like a Roblox character when I went to the gym a lot because I'm short. So like, I like running because it's like therapy to me, right? Like whenever I feel very sian, very stressed, right, I'll run. And then at the same time, it's like a personal, what's it called? It's like a street thing lah, right? Because like, I feel like if I don't run at the same time, right, then like, something is wrong.
Yeah.
Because like, it's actually something that is quite simple. I just need to get myself in the mindset, just do a simple 5K at where I am at currently, right? 5K is very manageable every day, to be honest. And then if I don't do that, I have to hold myself accountable for that at the same time, right? Like I think it helps. It taught me how to be more disciplined, use my time more wisely, and just do things instead of thinking about things a lot. And I think that also transfers over to entrepreneurship, right? Because like half the time you spend a lot of time planning stuff, you end up not doing any of it. And then because you spend so much time planning also, you end up not having any time to do any of it, even if you wanted to.
I remember when a few months back when you lent me your shoes to run at Clementi Stadium, and because mine caused blisters for me, right? So how do you think is the best way to choose running shoes?
I think, okay lah, to be frank lah, right? Your running shoes, okay, personal beef, I don't really like Skechers. First, because I feel like they're more for walking. Personally lah, right?
Okay.
For example, running shoes, right? Do you know your shoe size?
No, completely do not know.
Okay, first step.
I think most people would know.
Some will know, some will. It's based on the shoes you wear, really how comfortable it is, right? You find your ideal size lah. But the easiest way to check, right, is you just go to Decathlon, right?
Yeah.
Got this foot measuring thing. You put your foot inside, then you then you know your size already lah.
They got one of those measure things.
Yeah, they have.
Oh, I never.
We got a lot, and basically whenever there's a shoe section, right, you just sit there, you put your feet inside. Because you don't want your shoes to be too tight, you don't want your shoes to be too loose. You should buy the right shoe size, right?
What about mothers who say I should buy a one size bigger for my son because he's gonna grow up?
Can lah, but if you're using it for running, right, then that's not very good. Because imagine I run, right, and my shoe keep moving back and forth. A bit cursed lah, right? And like, I don't know the exact details, but from what I heard from my friend, it's not very good for the recovery of your muscles as they're moving. Especially if you're running like 10K or 20K or even 5K if you're not used to it, right? That like 1%, 2% for recovery very important one, to be honest. Then the other factor for shoes Sorry, I got a bit of nose from flu lah. The other factor for shoes in general is the front. So usually shoes you got a few types, right? You got like your sharp pointed one, and then you got the one thing I like about NS shoes lah, right? Which is you see the bottom here or the front here lah, right? It's a D cup. So because for me, right, I have quite wide feet. It's more comfortable for me as well, which is something I found out after actually using NS shoes lah, right? I actually love NS shoes. They're damn good, by the way.
Where did you buy it? Like, Tekong got like a shop?
No lah, NS just give you for free.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
But if you want to buy, just go eMart. Whatever eMart you can find. I think you can search lifestyle mart, that sort of stuff. eMart lah. You Google NS eMart, you can find one confirm one lah. Shoes, another thing you can also check out is usually you got different classes one lah, right? I don't know all of them. I just know daily trainers. You got your race day, suddenly got carbon plated, that sort of stuff lah, right? 90% of the time lah, I would recommend like for you, if you're trying to get into running or whoever, right, just get daily trainers. Because you sort of get what the name says, right? Which is
daily trainers.
Exactly lah, daily trainers lah, yeah. True enough. That's right. Okay, but that was me yapping about shoes for a while lah, yeah.
What do you think about eating before running? Should we eat? How long should we eat before running? How much should we eat before running?
So I was raised in an Asian household, right?
Yeah.
Standard lah.
Always eat a lot.
30 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour before running. Because what was it I don't know if it's true, but I'm pretty sure it's true lah. If you eat already and then you exercise, right, your chance of getting appendicitis lah. Damn jialat, bro, honestly.
Interesting.
That's what I've heard. Because the food, everything move around, are not very good also.
Yeah.
The other reason why is because either you A, vomit, B, you get stitches, right? So if you look into stitches, right, like why they happen, the main reason I sort of saw was because if your ab muscles or whatever, abdominal muscles, right, they are like that already. Then now imagine that like as you're running, they tense up, that sort of stuff, right? And now imagine all your food is inside here like sloshing around, right? And then your muscles pain hard already, ma. So then you're repeatedly whacking your abs with like food hitting here and there, which is then why you get stitches lah, right? Or vomiting, everything is moving around, you feel that muscles.
So you think that running or gym would be a better way to lose weight? If someone wants to lose a ton of weight at once.
Wow, ton of weight, that's jialat, honestly.
Everything, do everything.
No, like ton of weight, there's something like, I can't remember what it is, but basically there's like some percentages. Honestly, majority of your calories burned, right, or to lose weight comes from food.
Yeah.
Like the key concept is calorie deficit lah, right? You eat more calories than you burn. Honestly, the way that I felt is most effective to lose weight, right, or just in general to build muscle or whatever, is you if you are starting out, right, you just need to work out a bit every day first. And the reason is because what you are doing then is you're increasing your average calories burned per day, which is a damn cheap way of saying your metabolism lah, right? So when you increase that, right, every day you are burning more calories already. And then that helps you to lose weight lah. Running is quite like up there because it's cardio, people believe what cardio will help you lose weight. Bro, I tell you, you just do whatever, right? Like for me, I started by doing push-ups in my shower. Because funny story lah, I sweat a lot, so then my friends they want me to my friends don't want me to sweat in the house, they want me to go downstairs, this sort of stuff. So I do in the shower lot, and so what I will do is I got really stupid lah. Mentally I'm like every day I must do more than the previous day ma. So every day plus 10 push-ups, then I will do until 200 per day lah, right? And then if you miss a day, right, you stack up the previous day's push-ups also. So then there was one point where I got COVID. So I missed one day, and then I still had COVID the next day. I did 340 push-ups. I was gone lah. But if you're trying to lose weight, you need to do every day. And because you're doing every day, right, eventually you will get into a habit sort of thing, which is very good for losing weight again lah.
So when is Swim AI coming out?
When I learn to swim lah.
How about Asha? Does he know how to swim?
Yeah, they both know how to swim. Maybe not for a while lah. Let's settle some stuff in running out first, make it a bit more fleshed out. It's still something that is out there already. Running is carried out on Google Play. iOS lah, right?
The link is
Please
below,
go download, give feedback, please. I really appreciate it. But maybe you wait a bit first for the other exercises lah, yeah?
Okay. Alright, okay, we'll move on to more like startup related things, right?
Can.
What's the lowest point in your life building RunAI?
Lowest point of life?
Yeah, or was it during when you when you are building RunAI?
Okay, so when you do startup stuff, right, what's going to happen at the start, right, is I have no idea what I'm doing also. I wasn't someone who ran a lot, right? But then I forced myself to run a lot because I was like, I need to go interact with as many runners as possible. So what I did, right, was that every week for a solid 3 weeks straight, I would go run 4 to 5 times a week, and it will be with running groups, running clubs in Singapore lah, right? And it was damn tiring because normally I run 2.4 personally, right? And then these running clubs are running 8 km. So of course I go there, I run 8 km also lah. Wow, that was incredibly tiring, like really tiring. That would be the physical exhausting part. The mentally exhausting part is just that after a while, like, I'm not really sure if this is something that is really going to succeed lah, right? And then with parents, you're not really believing in this thing here, this thing there, things don't really seem that they're moving. I would say there's no general one lowest point, but there are many lowest points in general.
It keeps going lower and lower and lower.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'll say my founder, not here today, Ashan, right? Yeah, but basically the way he sort of got me back into it is to showcase the things that actually were achieved lah, right? Being part of Youth Action Challenge, NYE now is another thing, actually getting funding. Actually, there are a lot of things that your startup has accomplished, or like even if you're just starting out, there are a lot of things that you have done already, helping people this, helping people that, that sort of stuff, right? It's just that sometimes you don't really believe in it lah, right? But I feel like, there's no real low point in general, it's just everything is low lah.
I do agree, like getting like funding and all this, right, is a really good like self-validation kind of thing. Because it feels like, like one straight month you have like nothing and like no users, nothing, and then suddenly validation. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, Ernest got 50k from, 30k from
31.1 lah, 30k lah.
From Youth Action Challenge season 5, right? Yeah. So anyone wants to know more about YC can contact him also and join his running groups as well.
Yeah, put my IG here lah. So follow lah. DM me lah, say anything lah, okay lah.
So regarding the same thing, what's the vision for RunAI? Would there be like a fly? Would there be anything?
I want RunAI to be something that is what I mentioned at the start also, right? Like our goal is to help people who are trying to get into running to actually get into running and to run consistently, right? Is to make anyone be able to make running a sticky habit. Because I mean, if you look at exercise in general, right, out of all the sports, running is the easiest to access.
The lowest entry barrier.
Correct. And I think you know why lah.
Yeah, it's just walk for faster only.
Correct. If you have legs lah.
Yeah, we got leg optional.
If you have legs, maybe. If you don't have legs, I'm really sorry lah. Yeah. Unfortunately, right. But if you have legs, right, then just a pair of shoes. Of course, there are requirements for shoes lah, right. But nowadays, most of your shoes are running shoes also lah. Let's be honest, right. Like I'm wearing running shoes now. You're wearing running shoes now. You are wearing running shoes now also, right? Yeah, most of your shoes are already running shoes, right? You already have the equipment. You just need to push yourself a little bit, and the benefits are not bad, right? Like God, miracle story, man, high blood pressure become normal blood pressure. That sort of stuff like got a lot of benefits one. It's just push a bit, and hopefully everyone can run consistently lah. It's a good habit to have, and of course running may not be for everyone, but I hope it just inspires people to start getting into working out lah.
So addressing the reviews on RunAI in Google App Store, there's a report that's been saying, let's say, I'm disabled and I download RunAI and I started running really fast. So how do you address those claims that RunAI? How do you address those claims that RunAI has able to grow people's legs, has been increasing the length of their legs as well? Okay,
so I don't know who specifically this is. I honestly don't know who this is at all, by the way, right? But if our app has been able to help me in such a way, right, I really congratulate you lah.
Pay Ernest extra.
I think that in that case, if you didn't have legs, but now you're able to have legs, right? Then we're definitely doing something to take a step in the right direction lah, right?
So, let's say you're in the permanent. Okay, no, that's enough.
Okay.
Okay, so
Let's still back to the same. Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you one of the questions that one of our guests asked with serious story. What plans do you have for scaling and exit?
Scaling wise, we are looking to move more into a business to business direction, right? For example, like working with businesses on the welfare, or just helping like bigger running events, things like that. Because that's really where a lot of the business is at, right? As for exiting wise, not for now. I think it's a bit early for it, right? But of course, there are a lot of possibilities lah. Being bought over, going public, selling to a company, investing in something. There's a lot of options lah, honestly, right? It's not something we're completely considering now, especially when we're still building and improving the first lah, right? Yeah lah. So,
okay, also regarding startups, what do you think is like the number one trait that startup founders need to have to succeed? Maybe like successful athletes also might have the same trait.
Because the top three, actually the top three I'm thinking of first now, right? The first is ambition.
Yeah.
Because like, if you no ambition, right, like very hard for you to grow lah, to be honest. You must think that you can go places, and only then will you be able to go places.
Yeah.
And the second thing is like this is not a good way of saying it, but I'll say like shamelessness lah, right? Because sorry?
Thick skin.
Thick skin, that's a better way of saying it. Because like, if you don't ask for things won't happen.
That's true.
Right? And then a lot of people are like very shy. Like for me, running is one thing, but I also do my own social media, right? And of course it's a bit embarrassing lah to post yourself on social media. Like I posted on social media, I don't know how many of my students know what I look like already. And I don't even know who they are, by the way. Right? It's a bit embarrassing lah, but if you don't try these things, then you will never know lah, right? I think that's number one lah, thick skin. As Ashan likes to say, you must try before you cry. And then as my mentor Stefan likes to say, you should not ask for permission. Do you know the end of the thing?
We should.
You guys?
Angelina told us this last week. We should do it first and then ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness. Correct. Doesn't apply to everything, but like,
Try not to break the law.
Don't break the law lah.
Try
If you don't break, what's the 9th NS core value If you don't get caught, it never happen.
Is that
No, it's not. Okay, continue. Before I get caught.
Yeah, so what's the third one?
Third one, thick skin, ambition. I think in general it's just to be like, it's to be open-minded lah. Because like, ambition is one thing, right? Thick skin is one thing. But then if you just think that your path is the only path, right? You are going to like, this is going to be you in 5 years lah, right? Being open-minded means like when someone tells you something that you don't like to hear, you open your ears and you blindly hear it lah, right? And then even if you feel it's not relevant, right? Think about why they would say something like this. Think about maybe what you're doing wrong, see how you can improve. Because I think it goes back to whatever we said at the start, right? Did we say at the start? Oh no, this was before we started the podcast. We were talking about bugs, features and what stuff, right? So when you look at a bug is like, a bug could be a feature if you look at it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
And everyone has a different perspective. So if you keep a close line, you're basically only looking at your perspective, which doesn't apply to everyone. Whereas if you listen to more people, and of course you don't take everything, but you take things that are the most important and what you learn from them, right? Then you are going to be able to help a lot more people compared to just helping yourself.
I don't notice this quite a lot. Like when you have a really long plan for something, a long-term goal, whatever you envision the goal to be, right? No matter what it is, you almost never be accurate. You always have to like wiggle your way around different things and all that. Yeah. So okay. Anyway, what advice would you give for someone to start a startup?
Is to just try lah. What's that thing called? You take, there's a term for it, something risk, calculated risk. So like, if you really believe in it, right, you think you confirm succeed, right, then by all means, all your life savings, it is up to you, right. But I would say it's important to take calculated risks, right.
Be logical.
Be logical, right. For example, if I were to start like a door stopper business where it's automatic, right, when I press the app on my phone, the door stop will magnetize the door to open, right. I need to think about how much will it cost? Is there actually demand? And then one more thing, but basically the three things are feasibility, viability, and desirability, right? Think about how your initial idea pans into this, right? If there's really a market for it, and then how you can adjust it or make it better so it fits these three things. Because once you have these three things, then you can go ahead lah. And after that, it's your calculated risk, right? For example, I'm thinking of starting a petting zoo, right? And then I want to have a booth at these different locations, right? How much is it all going to cost me? Is it going to be worth it? Are people really going to want to pet sea slugs and snails compared to petting furry animals? That sort of stuff lah. I mean, I'm just throwing you random stuff off the top of my head, you know lah. Yeah.
So, in terms of startup as well, what do you think is the reason why Singapore has such less startups as compared to, let's say, Silicon Valley or other regions?
It's just like, it's like talking about like Singaporean culture also.
That's true.
A lot of us very kiasu. Kiasu means like we see something that everyone do, we will try to follow. Like I mean, you are. Have you joined a random queue that you've seen on the road before because it's very long?
No.
Okay, you are special. But most of us would lah. Or like you say, oh, that one is the #1 duck rice store or that sort of stuff. Then you go there and you buy. Since I'm here already, I must buy. Got deal, I must buy. But then we also kiasu in the sense where we like to play things safe, right? Like startups are volatile, right? You could make a lot of money, you could lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. And a lot of us like to play it safe, like even for me when I entered my own startup, it was a risk. I could get very good grades, I could fail. Then I went for it. Thankfully, I got very good grades. I did not fail, but a lot of us like to play it safe. I think that, of course, it's not for everyone also, to be honest, right? Like, some of us want to just do something we really enjoy. And to be honest, startups are not for everyone because it's a lot of work, to be honest, right? Especially when you enter and you don't know what they're doing at all. It can feel very scary, right? But then I think there's a lot of benefit with going on this path also. There's a lot of pain, there's a lot of suffering, there's a lot of joy, there's a lot of whatever, right? It's enjoyable in its own way, but it's not for everyone. But if you want to try, right, and you got questions, you can DM me over here.
But this is a very experienced startup mentor as well.
Actually very experienced, but I'll say if you got questions, you can ask me.
So, here's in line with our tradition. I think might have heard of it. I'll give you a question from the previous guest and you'll give me a question for the next.
Okay, what's the question from the previous guest?
So, if the problem that your startup is trying to solve disappears overnight, what will you be working on?
If it disappears overnight, my problem currently is that people are not, like people want to get into running, then they stop running because they don't enjoy it anymore. So if everyone enjoys running, wow, I'll be very happy Like, to be honest, that will be something that's amazing. For what I'll work on straight away you want to learn everything.
Sure.
No, maybe I move to something separate. Like for me personally, I enjoy content creation a lot. Maybe I think I may go into content creation full time, and then I may also try merchandising, and then helping people to grow from there. Maybe not as like those people who are like, hey, I'll help you grow your Instagram account to this, that sort of thing But just like a bit of like I enjoy my life. I get to be my own boss in a certain way, and I get to make things that I like. I would say I'm a maker at my core, but I'm not an engineer at my core right? So maybe less on the tech side, more of the creative artsy side. I'd say that very softly I hope you can hear.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me today. It's been a pleasure. I will now drink some water.
And you'll go for a run later actually, like 6 I think. 7, alright.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, join this run if you really want to run and goodbye.
Let me plug some stuff first.
Yeah, let's plug some.
RunAI is currently on Google Play and iOS at the moment. Please download it, give us some feedback. I will send you a link. So for those of you who want to get into running, right, but then like you feel very shy and stuff, don't worry, I got a running club also. You can join my running club. It's more tailored towards people who are getting into running, beginners, that sort of stuff So feel free to join. when you're available, very up to you, to be honest. And then yeah, follow my IG or whatever. Like, you go just DM me. Okay, thank you.